Alright, let's see. This one is for the Joneses. And this one's gonna be for the Smiths.
Hey, Pastor Steve.
Psst. And this one, oh, this one's gonna be for the Robinsons.
Hello. Can't you hear me? Hello, Pastor Steve. Hello.
And this one's gonna be for, who's on my list here?
Hello. Maybe I'll come around the other side. Pastor Steve. Pastor Steve. Hello. Pastor Steve.
Oh, Al, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there. I wasn't paying attention. I'm sorry. I was counting my eggs.
You were counting your eggs? What? I've heard the expression of not counting your chickens before they hatch, but what's this with the eggs? I don't understand what you're doing there, Pastor Steve.
No, Al, these eggs aren't for counting, and they're not for chickens. These aren't even for breakfast. These eggs are for throwing.
Throwing?
Yeah, throwing. I'm gonna throw these eggs at some of our neighbors' house later on this week. I'll show them. Wait till they see what I do to them.
Do you really think that's a good idea? Look, Pastor Steve, I've been your friend for a long time here, so no offense here, but that seems like a really dumb idea. Certainly seems kind of mean. Why would you throw eggs at somebody else's house? My goodness, Pastor Steve, that's also a bad use of eggs. We could be making omelets and such.
No, it's not a waste, Al. See, I've been working on a plan. I noticed something. I was walking down the block the other day, and as I was walking down the street, I saw some of our neighbors, and I waved and said hi, and a bunch of our neighbors didn't wave and say hi back to me. I mean, that's not very nice, is it? So I made a list of the people who didn't say hi back to me. It was the Joneses and the Smiths and the Robinsons, and I made myself a list, so I'm going to show them, because they wouldn't say hi to me because I walked past and waved at them, and they didn't wave back or say hi. It made me so mad. I'm going to show them. I'll teach them to remember me. I'm going to throw eggs at each and every one of their houses. That'll show them.
So, wait, let me get this straight here, Pastor Steve. Forgive me for being a little bit slow on the uptake, but this does not seem like a very well thought out situation here. So, if I understand correctly here, you were taking a walk, and because you don't think that your neighbors paid attention to you and waved hello to you when you were pleasantly walking past, you assumed that they were trying to hurt your feelings, and because they did that, now you want to throw eggs at each of their houses to get back at them for not waving at you. Am I hearing that correct, Pastor Steve? You want to throw eggs at their houses to get back at them for not waving at you?
That's right, Al. And you know what that is? Justice.
What? Justice? You think justice is throwing eggs at your neighbors?
Al, maybe you don't understand what it feels like, but I walked pleasantly down the block and waved in a very friendly way, and none of my neighbors stopped and waved back, so I am feeling very upset. I think that throwing eggs at their house is exactly what is called for in this situation.
Pastor Steve, oh, come on. You know what? You know who we need to listen to on this? You know, I'm not even going to wait for you to answer this time because you seem to be so thick-headed on this one. We need to listen to Jesus on this one. And yes, Jesus has something to say to you in this situation right here.
Oh, come on, Al. We all know that there's no story about Jesus and throwing eggs.
Don't you give me any of that about Jesus not teaching on this. You keep saying that. Yes, he did. Look here, Pastor Steve. I'm just gonna cut right to the chase here. We're gonna cut around me being cutesy with you here, because this is a really important one. Jesus is very, very clear. We are not supposed to show evil or do mean things back to other people, even if they've been mean to us first. That's just not how it works. Other people might want to be mean to us, but we will not act that way. When other people go low, we go high. That's what we do because we're followers of Jesus. He says it very, very clearly in the Bible, in our reading for today, when he says we're supposed to love our enemies and do good to the people who are mean to us. We're not supposed to return evil for evil, and if someone else is mean, we're not supposed to be mean back. It's really, really clear there, Pastor Steve.
That's easy for you to say, Al. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like to have somebody not wave back to you or even recognize you when you're just being friendly and waving. It really hurt my feelings. I walked right past those neighbors and they didn't say anything back to me. So eggs, it's gotta be eggs. You just don't understand, Al.
Sure I understand. The same thing happened to me, because you just right over there. Yeah, right over there. Yeah, Pastor Steve, right over there. When I was walking past, I was trying to say hi to you, and you didn't even pay attention. I waved, I called your name, and you were just so focused on your eggs and who were you going to throw them at that you didn't even notice I was there. But you know what? Even though I felt a little bit hurt that you ignored me right there, you know what I'm not going to do? Throw eggs at you. I'm not going to do anything to you because Jesus taught us we don't do that to other people. You know why we don't try and get back at people who've been mean to us? Do you? Huh?
Why, Al? Why aren't you planning to throw eggs at me because I ignored you too? Tell me.
God.
God? What does God have to do with me needing to get back at people? What does God have to do with me not throwing eggs?
Look, Pastor Steve, I know you feel hurt that your neighbors didn't wave back to you for whatever reason while you were walking along in the neighborhood. Maybe they weren't even looking up to notice you, I don't know. But even though I know you were hurt, and look, let me tell you, I get it, because it hurt my feelings just now when over there you didn't even pay attention to me when I was here. But most of all, we're not supposed to be mean to other people when they're mean to us, because that's how God has loved us. All of us, stinkers, whole world full of us. Not just me, but not just your neighbors, but you too. We're all mess ups, and even when we're turned away from God, guess what? God's still kind to us. Jesus says that's exactly why we're supposed to be kind to other people, even if they're mean. Because if we're going to be part of God's family, we're going to let God's kind of love work in our lives. So if God is nice to us, even when we're mess ups and failures, and even if we're mean, God is still kind to us. Jesus says if we're going to be his disciples, we're going to show that kind of love to other people. Even if they've been mean to us or hurt our feelings, we're not going to return meanness for meanness in this life. That's what it means to be a follower of Jesus. That's what it means to get how God's love works. No eggs.
So, Al, if I'm getting it right, you're trying to say that God knows what it's like, too, for us to hurt God's feelings and not listen to God, not pay attention to God, and still God's kind to us. And so, if that's how God loved me, then I get it. I get it now. I get it. That's how we're supposed to love other people, huh? Because, just like Jesus said, just like you reminded me, God knows what it's like. God knows what it's like for us to ignore and turn away from God, and yet God doesn't give up on loving us. So even when other people are mean to you or to me, we're supposed to still show them God's love to them too, huh?
You know, I think you got it. That's it there, Pastor Steve. Because God knows what it's like to love us, even when we've turned away from God and had ignored what God wants. And God still is good to us and doesn't give us the egg throwing that we all deserve. So Jesus says we're going to do the same thing. Jesus' way of saying it is just simply love your enemies and do good even to the people who are mean to you. So if you and I can try that, could Could we just maybe put away these eggs and maybe save them for another time? Like if you want to make a souffle or something, I'd feel much better if you put away your revenge list and maybe put the eggs away and decided not to, throw them at neighbors' houses just because they didn't wave at you. How about it? Can we put these eggs away there, Pastor Steve?
Okay, Al, you convinced me. No more egg war, no throwing eggs at the neighbors. I'm done with this. And instead, maybe the next time I'm going for a walk down the street, I'll wave, and even if the neighbors don't say hi, I'll just keep trying it until seeing maybe if one of them is friendly. And maybe if nothing else, they'll know that I was trying to show God's love to them. Let's go put this in the fridge, okay?
Yeah, Pastor Steve, I feel much, much better knowing that these eggs are not going to be weaponized. Let's get these put away, all right?